the people who watch these kind of videos know that this band is one of my favourite bands, and the band I'm talking about is Adam and the Ants. So they re-released, or not re-released, they released, after it's been out of print for so long, the Prince Charming album on the original gatefold, but on gold vinyl. So Prince Charming itself, here you go, the lovely album, was the third album and final album by Adam and the Ants, released on 6th of November 1981. Remember, at this point, they were at their peak. I mean, Kings of Frontier was #1. They had big records with Doggy Dog, Kings of Frontier, Ant Music. So the hype was there. I mean, I was there as well. I mean, I was, a crazy fan. As I said, the album peaked at #2, which I'm really surprised at. I always thought this was a #1 album, but it wasn't. It peaked at #2. I do believe, reading interviews with Adam Ant and Marc over the years, that they felt this album was rushed. And I think there's some points in this album where you think, that could have sounded better, could have done better. One of the things I always say, Ant Rap was a great record, but was it a single? Probably not. For me, the Scorpios should have been a single, and I think that would have given the third #1, without a doubt. But anyway, back to the record store day. So nothing's really different with it. I mean, one thing I did notice, and maybe it's to do with age, this is my original, this one here, and this is a record store day, and the blue is definitely a lot more vibrant on the front. But one thing I noticed on the gatefold is when you open the gatefold, you've got the Prince Charming album, you've got the scene from the Prince Charming video. This is really sharp. This is on the original. It's very, very sharp. You look at the images, obviously they've just been superimposed on this background, but it's very sharp, a lot, really colourful. But on the record store day version, it just seems a bit bland. You look at the colours, there's like a yellow hue going through it, and also the definition in the band is not as good. The inside sleeve is a little bit different. This is the original. It's a paper sleeve, basically. So you've got all the lyrics on one side, and then you have a picture of the band. I mean, this picture was used everywhere. Two things that are different. On the record store day one, is it's now glossy paper, and the management is different in the bottom. So you've got the new up-to-date management here, adamant.com, all down here. There we have it. It's gold vinyl. Now, this reminds me of, if you remember when they released the Kings of Frontier 7-inch on Record Store Day, quite a few years ago, on gold vinyl. I think it was about 3,000 copies, I've heard for the grapevine. I'm not too sure. 3,000 copies of this. A lot of people were looking for this, but also so were the scalpers, because on eBay now, you've got it going for 150, 160 pounds, which is a shame, because there's old fans of Adam and the Ants who would like to have this in their collection. But yes, that is the Record Store Day 2025, the limited edition pressing of Prince Charming album by Adam and the Ants on gold vinyl. If you're a fan of Adam and the Ants, go and get a copy. Thank you very much.